before becoming South Korea's most desired face and dominating screens with the recent and controversial hit, Can This Love Be Translated?, Youn-Jung faced a psychological and professional journey that few truly know about. Behind the appearance that graces magazine covers and the meteoric rise that bothers the competition lies a trail marked by cruel criticism, blatant plagiarism accusations, and chaotic behind-the-scenes drama that nearly destroyed her career before it even began. If you think she is just another pretty actress who got lucky, you have been fooled by the surface. Youn-Jung was born on April 22, 1996, in the bustling city of Seoul. Currently 29 years old, she is viewed as the definition of aesthetic perfection in Asia. But her life was not always the visual fairy tale that Instagram suggests. Unlike many idols who train in agencies since childhood, sacrificing their youth in practice rooms, Youn-Jung grew up away from the spotlight, immersed in a silent, solitary, and artistic world. From a very young age, she was an extremely introverted girl, almost reclusive, dedicating her entire life to fine arts. She attended the prestigious Seoul Women's University, where she studied contemporary art. At that time, the dream of acting seemed distant, almost impossible for someone with her reserved personality. Those who lived with her in college say she lived covered in paint, obsessively focused on her canvases, using art as a way to express what her shyness prevented her from speaking verbally. However, destiny had different plans, and ironically, it was her appearance, something she could not hide, that dragged her into the industry. Her life changed when she was invited to be the cover model for a university magazine called University Tomorrow. Her entry into the entertainment world officially began as a model. Her unique beauty, which Korean plastic surgeons call the diamond ratio, a perfect mathematical balance between features, caught the attention of luxury brands instantly. But here begins the first dark chapter of her story, the curse of the perfect face. As soon as her first professional photos went viral, the Korean internet, known globally for its ruthless toxicity, began to operate its destruction machine. Malicious internet users unearthed photos from her school days and did something cruel. Netizens digitally edited her graduation photos, altering eye size and skin tone to worsen her original appearance, spreading the rumor that she was a plastic surgery monster and that her entire face was fake, built on an operating table. Youn-Jung, still an absolute rookie and without a solid fan base to defend her, suffered this virtual lynching in silence. The pressure was so great that her agency had to intervene legally, suing the defamers and releasing the original photos to prove that the circulating images had been maliciously altered. But the stigma of being just a pretty and artificial face remained marked on her like an invisible scar, creating a barrier of prejudice that she would have to tear down with pure acting, tear by tear. Her debut as an actress came in the year 2019, in the drama He Is Psychometric. It was a small role, but enough to show she had a magnetic presence that the camera loved. Following that, she gained prominence in the Netflix blockbuster Sweet Home, where she played an asthmatic caregiver. There, she made the conscious decision to appear with little makeup, dirty and vulnerable, proving she wasn't afraid to de-glamorize herself. But it was in Alchemy of Souls that the true storm began, revealing one of the most confusing, unfair, and politically complex backstories in recent Dramaland history. The saga of Alchemy of Souls is, perhaps, the most critical moment of her career to date. To understand the gravity, we need to look at the context. Originally, Youn-Jung played the assassin Naksu at the beginning of the plot, appearing briefly before her character died, and the story continued with actress Young So-min assuming the protagonist's body. The audience fell madly in love with Young So-min and the dynamic she created. However, in the dark corners of production, a silent war was happening over contracts and schedules. What many don't know, and what is the key piece of this puzzle, is the strong theory that Youn-Jung was initially treated as a disposable part and, later, as an emergency plan. Strong industry rumors indicate that the production failed to reach a contractual agreement to keep Young So-min for the second season. There were irreconcilable schedule conflicts and allegedly salary disagreements that were never officially confirmed. That was when the production, in a risky and desperate move, decided to use the script to their advantage and rehired Youn-Jung. She, who had been cast aside after the first few episodes of Part 1, was brought back to assume absolute lead in Part 2. The transition was brutal. When it was announced that she would replace the beloved protagonist of the first season, the hate she received was overwhelming. International and Korean fans flooded her social media with thousands of hate comments, saying she stole the other's place, that she had no charisma, and that the drama would fail miserably because of her. Imagine the psychological pressure of walking onto a film set where the shadow of the previous actress loomed over every corner, knowing you were only there because negotiations with the other failed. Go Youn-Jung had to swallow her fear, ignore the online threats, and deliver a flawless performance. And she delivered. Against all expectations and predictions of failure, her chemistry with actor Lee Jae-wook and her delicate yet firm interpretation of the character Jin Boo-yeon won back the audience, transforming hate into admiration. She proved she wasn't just a placeholder, but a star capable of carrying a global franchise on her back. To silence once and for all those who said she was just a porcelain doll with no physical talent, came the Project Moving from Disney+. If in Alchemy of Souls she showed romance, in Moving she showed grit. Playing the student with regenerative powers Jang Hui-soo, she starred in one of the most visceral fight scenes in the history of Korean dramas, the famous mud battle where she faces dozens of bullies. Specifically, a fight of 17 against 1 was filmed without stunt doubles most of the time. Go Youn-Jung spent days covered in real mud, gaining real bruises, repeating the fight choreography exhaustively until reaching perfection. That sequence not only broke viewing records, but broke the prejudice that she was too fragile for intense roles. But not every success shields a person from their internal insecurities. There is a constant and misunderstood discussion about her supposedly cold or arrogant personality. At gala events, Go Youn-Jung often appears with a serious, almost rigid expression, avoiding excessive eye contact. Critics say she thinks she is untouchable. The truth, however, is painfully human and harkens back to that art school girl. She suffers from severe social anxiety. The clearest and most viral example of this happened during the Baeksang Arts Awards. A video from that day circled the world. Go Youn-Jung was on the red carpet, surrounded by hundreds of flashes, and her body began to shake uncontrollably. It wasn't a subtle tremor, it was visible. She was having a panic attack in real time, in front of the entire Korean press. It took veteran actor Lee Jung-jae, the star of Squid Game, who was beside her, to notice the situation and protect her, whispering words of calm so she could breathe. That moment revealed the truth. She isn't the unreachable diva they paint. She is an introvert fighting against her own nervous system to survive in a world of loud extroverts. Her coldness is, in fact, a protective shield. Today, however, peace seems far from being reached. With the recent premiere of Can This Love Be Translated?, Go Youn-Jung found herself at the center of a new and grave controversy: plagiarism. The drama, which is trending now, features Youn-Jung in the role of a top star actress. However, a specific scene from the first episode shocked the most attentive viewers and cinephiles. In the scene, Youn-Jung's character suffers an accident with fireworks, falling from a building amidst colorful explosions and smoke. The sequence is visually stunning, but strangely familiar to those who know world cinema. It didn't take long for frame-by-frame comparisons to emerge on YouTube and TikTok. The scene is practically identical to a climax sequence from the Indian film Fan, from Bollywood, starring the giant Shah Rukh Khan. The camera angles, the vibrant color palette against the night sky, the way the body falls in slow motion amidst the lights. The resemblance is undeniable, disturbing, and for many, criminal. The accusation that the production shamelessly copied the Indian film fell heavily on the drama. Although the technical fault lies with the direction and writers, it is Go Youn-Jung's face that is on the screen, being associated with this shameful lack of originality. Furthermore, Can This Love Be Translated? Carries the infamous reputation of being a cursed drama. Before Go Youn-Jung accepted the role, the script circulated through the hands of several heavyweight actors in the industry. Actors of the caliber of Sun Suk-koo and Han So-hee supposedly read and rejected the project, smelling trouble. The industry viewed the drama as a risk, especially for having male actors in the cast who also came from past controversies and cancellations. When no one wanted to take the risk, Go Youn-Jung accepted. Some say it was courage. Others, that it was a risky move by someone who needed to establish herself as a solo lead in a modern romantic comedy, stepping out of the shadow of fantasy and action. Either way, she became the savior of a project that many considered a foretold shipwreck. And amidst this turbulent career, full of dizzying highs and frightening lows, how is Go Youn-Jung's heart? Just like the legendary Gong Yoo, she is a master in the art of keeping her private life locked under 7 keys, which only feeds the insatiable and paranoid curiosity of the public. To this day, she has never publicly admitted to any relationship, but that hasn't stopped rumors from running wild through internet forums. The strongest and most persistent of them, without a doubt, involves her romantic partner in Alchemy of Souls, actor Lee Jae-wook. The chemistry between the two was so palpable, both on screen and behind the scenes, the famous making of videos, that fans were absolutely certain something real was happening when the cameras turned off. The lingering glances, the subtle and unnecessary touches during promotional interviews, And the way Lee Jae-wook seemed to protect Youn-Jung from heavy criticism during the actress swap era fueled the fantasy of a secret romance lived in the shadows. Detective fans even pointed out matching clothing items and similar photo locations as proof, but the agencies maintained protocol silence. To this day, they are one of Korea's most acclaimed, unconfirmed couples. Another curious rumor, which shows how the media tries to create narratives at any cost, involved veteran actor Ryu Sung-ryong, who played her father in Moving. Due to the exchange of extremely affectionate messages on social media and the sending of flowers in support of each other's work, sensationalist tabloids tried to plant the malicious seed of a romance, completely ignoring the relationship of paternal respect, of master and apprentice, that exists between them. Go Youn-Jung, with her usual elegance, never bothered to respond to absurd gossip, preferring to let her silence speak louder than the headlines. Today, Go Youn-Jung is at the top of the entertainment food chain. She survived the coordinated attack of netizens regarding her appearance at her debut, survived the controversial replacement in Alchemy of Souls when she was treated as a second option, proved her physical strength in the mud of Moving, overcame her panic attacks on live red carpets, and now faces the plagiarism criticisms in her new drama with her head held high. She is living, breathing proof that in the Korean entertainment industry, beauty may open the door, but only steel resilience and an armored mind keep you inside the room. If she found love in the middle of this chaos, she keeps that secret very well, perhaps as the only thing that remains just for her, far from the high-definition cameras and copied scripts. The question that won't go away remains: is Go Youn-Jung just a pretty piece on a board controlled by powerful agencies and confusing contracts? Or is she the player who silently took control of her own destiny, fooling everyone with her calm face? And regarding Can This Love Be Translated? Do you think the plagiarism controversy will permanently stain her career? Or will it be just another obstacle she overcomes with her mysterious elegance? Leave your opinion in the comments because the truth about Go Youn-Jung, it seems, still has many obscure chapters to be written.